In this video, I'm going to talk about one of the important tools within the XRM Toolbox called as FetchXML Builder tool. Now, I've seen that this tool has been there since a decade, and there are many users who are using this tool day in, day out. Now, these are the important tools which you need to have within your repository. FetchXML Builder is built by Jonas Rapp. Uh, it's a tool available in the XRM Toolbox ecosystem. What it does, it generates fetch XML code based on table criteria. So whatever criteria you set on the table, it generates the fetch XML code. Now, what are you going to do with the fetch XML code? You're going to take that fetch XML code and then give it to some system for execution. Now, that system can be a Power Pages liquid code, or it can be an OData web API, or you can give it to a C sharp code, or you can give it to a JavaScript code, or you can run it using Power Automate as well. Now, what this tool does, it gives you a query. It builds query using the graphical user interface. Now, it can filter by solutions and metadata. What does that means is you can view all the solutions which is available within your Power Platform environment, and then solution has tables, and then from tables you can generate the fetch XML. Multiple ways the output can be displayed. So this is a very handy way. This is an important thing to note, that it generates the SQL Server query, it generates JavaScript query, it generates the Power Automate parameters, OData Web API, C Sharp code, and the pack CLI command as well, depending on what you execute as a fetch XML. Now, uh, where fetch XML are used, I explained to you it can be used in Power Pages liquid code, in the JavaScript, in Power Platform CLI command, in OData Web API URL, and many more areas. Now, fetch XML is basically a syntax basically to specify the query in an XML based format for retrieving records from Dataverse or Dynamics CRM applications. Fetch XML tool capability provides you an authoring canvas. So it is what you see is what you get. It's a graphical user interface to generate XML based queries. Generate fetch XML queries, run the fetch XML queries, and then the output gets generated in various format like OData, Power Automate, uh, parameters, C sharp code, SQL query, Power Platform CLI, and JavaScript code. It is built by Jonas Rapp, and this is how the screen looks like, which I'm going to demonstrate in the video. It can be used for Power Automate as well. Like in Power Automate, when you run a Power Automate query, say if you have a connector called as Dataverse, and within that there are options like write a column or filter or expand or write a fetch XML. Those all things can be used over here. SQL query, it generates an equivalent SQL query. It generates an equivalent C sharp code, generates a JavaScript query, web API format URL, and it also go ahead and generate the pack org fetch dash dash XML syntax for you to execute the fetch XML query. You just need to copy it and then paste it in the corresponding application. There are various filters you can set, like add filter by metadata. You can filter by managed, unmanaged solutions, standard or custom entities, merge, intersect entities, all entities and intersect, all entities audit, all attributes audit. So there are various options through which you can filter out the table and then generate those fetch XML. Outputs and parameters, I explain it to you. This is how it generates all those different outputs. Now let's jump into the demo. First, let me show you how the fetch XML works in a simple environment, Power Platform environment. So take for example, I have this world app, which is a model driven app which is created. It is simple. It does not have anything fancy in it. It just has a table, world, accounts, and contacts. Now, if I want to find out any uh, say any countries which starts with U, okay, any country's name which starts with U, how do I go ahead and create a fetch XML queries? First I need to create a view. Now this is the view which displays all the country. I'll click on edit filters, and then from here I will say the country name. So countries starts with or begins with the character U. Okay. Once I do that, I'll click on apply and I'll see that the result is correct. This is how I see that, oh, this is what the view I want. Now, what is the corresponding fetch XML for this? I'll click on edit filters and there is an option to download the fetch XML. I'll download this fetch XML. It will say fetch XML could harm your device. Do you want to keep it? I'll just say keep it. Now see the manual step involved in this entire process. Okay. I'm opening this fetch XML and this is how the fetch XML looks like. Okay, what I'm gonna do with this fetch XML, I'm gonna copy this. I want to copy this fetch XML. It's in my clipboard now. Then what I'll do is I'll go into the table. So this is the world table. Now, if I want to see the table data, if I click on API link to table data, it will give you all the table data. Okay. Now this shows me all the record of the top 10 records. But what if I want to see all the record? I will just remove this and it will list down all the records. Okay. Now, in order to view this, I'll go to JSON Stack Viewer and I'll copy the output and I'll show you how many record it has. So, yeah. So it has around 11 records. Okay. So this is 11 records. Now I have this query created. Now, what if I want to run fetch XML? Well, I'll just put a question mark and I'll say fetch X is capital XML equal to, and then I'll paste the fetch XML code, which was I copied it, right? So I think I haven't copied the code correctly. I have copied the code, but then I overwritten the copy. So what I'll do again, go back here, Control A, Control C, go back and paste the fetch XML code. And let me run this. Okay, it has given me an error because we haven't put the double quotes. So let me put the double quotes at the end and enter. Now it says invalid XML. Okay. Now you might have seen that we have gone into all these issues in order to generate fetch XML. Now this is the manual approach what I'm doing. And then in order to find out what is the issue with this fetch XML, then I need to actually see and then I'll actually substitute it with the special characters and all those things. Now why to go in this all this headache rather than use fetch XML tool, which is fetch XML builder over here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go use fetch XML builder tool. I'm opening XRM Toolbox and I've already installed this. If you do not have it, install it from the toolbox. Once you're inside fetch XML builder, it will ask you to connect to an organization. I'm already connected to one of the organization and I'll just remove all the old records. So let me delete this entity. Yeah. So here I will select an entity. Now here my entity is a world entity. So let me, now that world entity, you cannot just type in the name because this will give you a an internal name. So mine is gear underscore, and then I can see all the custom tables which are created here. If I click on gear underscore world, this is the entity which I have. Okay, I'll just close all these windows just to show you how it looks. So once you select the table, you just execute it. Once you execute it, it will list down all the JSON value for that output. Now, you can view the fetch XML. This is how the fetch XML will look like. Or you can view the metadata or layout XML. Now here, if I just right click and say select attribute, I just want to see only the capital and the countries. And I'll click on OK. Then once I execute this, you will see that the fetch XML has changed and even the result. If I execute this, it will give you the result in serialized JSON format. Okay. Now I can view this, I can convert this, I can view this, and there are multiple options, other options as well. Now, what are the other things we can do? We can put an alias for this capital and I'll call it as capital. And I can put countries as countries. And I can see the fetch XML, the corresponding XML, how it is rendered. Okay. Now, let me zoom this a bit. Yep. Other thing what you can do, you have selected the attribute, you can add a filter. You add a filter condition and you can say the filter condition is uh, for the attribute country. So it's clear underscore countries. Operator is begins with and the value is u. Okay, so the corresponding query, as you see over here, this is the exact corresponding query which was generated using the system as well, which we did a couple of minutes back. Now, if you see the output, let me execute this. You'll see only two records which has UAE and USA as a country. So this is the output what we expected. Now, if we are locking down with this particular XML, then we can do other options as well. Like, so we have an option to add an order if I want to sort it by ascending or descending, or I can link entity to a different table. If say I have a contact or account table associated with this particular table, I can even do that. So there are many things which you can do from this interface. Okay, so let's assume you are done with this fetch XML. What are you going to do with this? Now, you can take this fetch XML. You can, now you remember we did something like we did and it didn't work. Like we tried executing this and it showed an invalid XML because there might be some issue with the URL or syntax or something. Don't bother about it. You come here and you say, just convert this into OData 4.2 Web API. Okay, so as you see over here, you can see the OData v4.0, which gets generated this URL, and you can use this URL for your web API calls. Also, what you can do is you can see the SQL query. If you want to see the corresponding SQL query, you can see the SQL query as well. Now here, now there are some conditions which is not supported in SQL, so that also you can see as an error. Now here you don't see that SQL query. What I'm going to do, I'm going to remove this filter. Okay, so I'm just removing this filter and I'm executing the statement, and I'll say convert SQL query. And here you can actually see the SQL query. Now, sometimes what happens when you convert from fetch XML to SQL, there are many statements which is not available in SQL. Then this particular tool may not be able to generate those corresponding records. Also, you can see the Power Automate parameters. Now here in Power Automate parameters, I have the table, I have the columns, I have the filter, sort by, expand, the fetch XML. Now here you can see the exact fetch XML from here. You can copy this and then put it in your Power Automate. Here you can also set some various things depending on how you have written the query. Also in view, I'll just close this. In convert, you can see this equivalent C sharp code. If you want to use C sharp code, then you can see the C sharp code over here. This is how the C sharp code will look like. Now this is query by attribute, but if you want to see the query expression, then you can use this. If you want to use fluent query, this is how it looks in fluent query. If you want to see the fetch XML version of an equivalent C sharp execution, this is how we do that. Then there is an organization service contacts, all which will be coming later in this year. So those all things can come over here. Also in convert, you have JavaScript code. This is how you can use the fetch XML code in your JavaScript query. And finally, Power Platform CLI. So this is how, if you want to run this in the Power Platform CLI, you can go ahead and run this. So this is how you basically use Fetch XRM XML tool, basically an XRM Toolbox tool, which is Fetch XML Builder. And you can generate various outputs once you finalize your Fetch XML query. Now there are other options. You can go into option settings, and then you can set various settings based on appearance, layout, behavior, results, default query, the color coding, and some advanced functionality like allow always show aggregating properties or show deprecated, allow opening uncustomizable view, and so on and so forth. So This is how you basically do all those things. Now, in order to start writing a new query, you can click on new query to new tab, or if you want a new connection, you can pick up this option. You can clone query to new tab. Also, if you have a query saved somewhere, you can open this view or open the file. And once you have the query built, you can just click on execute and then it will start executing. Now there are various view layout thing you can configure from here. You can set the width, you can set the display index. All those things can be done using this nice fetch xml builder tool. So if you see the output over here, it is classified into C sharp code, SQL query, because these are the action window which we opened, and then you can navigate from here, and then there is a quick action to copy all this thing. It will just copy all the code into your clipboard. So that's it, folks. This is all about Fetch XML Builder tool within the XRM Toolbox. Thanks for watching.